If there's one thing we know about Nintendo, it's that they are very cool with others using their IPs. They don't mind it at all when other companies, other game studios use their products, their IPs, their characters. They definitely encourage that. Even emulation, game availability, Nintendo games being played outside of Nintendo consoles. We all know that Nintendo is very supportive of this. They're very cool with it. And we also know another thing, and that is that I am incredibly lying. Nintendo is the exact opposite of what I have just said. Of course, they are very protective of their IPs. We have seen time and time again, well, even, just in recent months with this whole emulation thing, we've seen it, but just even beyond that, we have seen that if there's ever a crossover or anything like that, Nintendo is just very strict on how their IPs are used. Now, this is something that I also discussed a few months ago in a video talking about how at the time, a lot of people on the internet were pointing out that essentially, like every game company ever, every franchise ever, every cartoon ever, just basically everything was collaborating with Fortnite. Everybody except for Nintendo. I mean, you have, Halo. I mean, right now you have like Avatar, Family Guy, Futurama, just like random stuff. But Nintendo, the one game studio that is probably most notable for their roster of characters, they were notably absent and have always been notably absent from the roster of Fortnite characters. So yeah, this is something I talked about a few months ago. A lot of people on the internet were talking about it. It's just gotten to the point now where everybody except for Nintendo has collaborated with Fortnite. Well, it just came out today that we have gotten a little bit of insight now on exactly why that is. We kind of have a little bit of the detail surrounding why this has not actually happened. Because, in this video that I talked about, it was mentioned that Epic has tried to make this work with Nintendo, but ultimately these deals were never reached. So today it came out by somebody by the name of Donald Mustard, which I'm like 99% sure is a character in the board game Clue. Oh, okay, never mind. Colonel Mustard. Sorry, got a little distracted there. But yeah, Donald Mustard is the former chief creative officer of Epic Games. So he was talking in an interview, and he actually talked about this deal that they attempted to have with Nintendo and why it went wrong. And he actually revealed something very interesting. He said that specifically for the character Samus from the Metroid series, that is, of course, Nintendo, he said that at one point they were doing a deal, they were working on a deal where they were trying to get her as a character that you can buy in Fortnite, and they said that the reason they weren't able to make it work with Nintendo to give them their IP in this sort of collaborative deal was because Nintendo would not budge on the fact that they only wanted Samus to be allowed on the Nintendo Switch version of Fortnite. So if you were playing Fortnite on PC or Xbox or PlayStation, you wouldn't be able to get Samus. This is something that ultimately they could not get past because while Nintendo was very strict on not allowing non-Nintendo players to play as one of their characters, Fortnite, on the other hand, is very big on inclusivity, right? And just kind of, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. If you got the money, who cares? You can be any character you want. So for both companies, it kind of went against kind of what they stand for. And so that is ultimately why it did not work. I don't know, kind of funny when you think about it that it really didn't come down to like something super complicated or with, I don't know, layers of detail or complexity. No, it just kind of came down to Nintendo not budging from allowing their characters or not allowing their characters on other non-Nintendo platforms. To me, especially, that's kind of dumb because, I mean, that's almost like free advertising, right? Like you could get somebody that's playing Xbox and thinks that like the Samus skin is pretty cool. Maybe it reminds them of playing like some Metroid games in the past. And maybe it's like, oh, hey, you know what? Now I kind of want to go out and get Metroid. Maybe I will get a Switch after all. I don't know. That's my thought process. At the end of the day, though, even that logic I feel like just doesn't work when you think of Nintendo. Nintendo is just very adamant that they don't want their characters or their IPs to really mess with anything else. And in the small events that they have crossovers, they want a lot of control over them. Now, I saw one person pointed out this actually has happened in the past, very specifically. So I guess Nintendo has a thing with Rocket League where they have a pack or like a skin pack or something. I don't know how it works with Rocket League, but basically you can get Nintendo skins for your cars, but similar to this deal with Fortnite that didn't go well, Nintendo only agreed to it by making it so that only Nintendo Switch users can get those Nintendo skins on their cars. So that is something that Rocket League decided to, bite the bullet and go through with, but Epic Games, it seems like, is not budging. They want to be able to have a similar player player experience for all Fortnite players, regardless of what platform you're on. So yeah, I mean, I guess all things considered, we really shouldn't be too surprised that this is kind of what was all behind it. You know, Nintendo only wanted their character skins on their console. It's very ridiculous. To me, it's very stupid, but it is their choice. Ultimately, hey, you know, the way I see it, Nintendo loves money, and now they are missing out on some money.